of suspected it like the first day. So the first episode, or like this is the first episode we appear in, I'm like, Kenny's probably a pal. And then he told me like week 3, I think, in the fish room. He's like, look.
I know. That was yeah, I kept saying Kenny, I was like, in a lot of like my interviews and stuff, I was like, if they ask Kenny to like cook one night, like he might get outed. Like I'm nervous for him.
I thought it was smart though. He was
I really own a food truck. I really own a food truck.
Do you? You do own a food truck?
Not anymore. I sold it, but I did run one for about 4 years.
That is so funny, man. I was dying at that.
It was a little side business that I had.
Yeah. Now this is our side business.
This is way better.
You heard from Lisa? Like, did she just be MIA, bro?
Yeah, no, I talked to her yesterday. She FaceTimed me yesterday. She was at a wedding and she's up in New York. But I don't know if she has set up her TikTok studio yet.
Oh, to go live.
So she can't go live yet. So that's why, like, if we, when we do stuff with Lisa, we need to go over to Instagram and then add her in. And she also goes live, like, really late. Like, because I guess she's still time. Because she'll text me to, like, if I want to go live and it's, like, 1 a.m. And I'm like, Lisa, like, I got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
She's doing it for the West Coast audience.
Yeah. She's got West Coast. But, all right, y'all. So we got the block this week is, Brooklyn, Cam, and Chelsea. Could be. I don't know. Like, who do we want? Like, okay, let's ask this, like, from a game perspective. Like, what do y'all see happening? But also, like, from a selfish perspective, like, who do we want to, like, kick it and hang with pre-jury?
Whoever we get this week is gonna be dope. Like Chelsea, Cam, and there's that. Chelsea, Cam, and Brooklyn are all super dope. So whoever we get will be like a plus. But inversely, like those are all my homies in the house. Like, and so that's my 3 votes right there. 6-3, though. My 3 people that voted for me on the block. So.
I know, bro. My 3 was Mackenzie, Leah, and Lisa. I also had 3.
Yeah. It's crazy. Pops Tucker voted for you.
I know. Of course he did.
Right.
I don't know if it was a vote for me or just a vote against Quinn.
Yeah, right.
I know.
He was pretty heated at Quinn.
Isn't it wild when they're like, yeah, I just gave you a sympathy vote. I'm like, bro, no, y'all didn't. Y'all got played.
I can't honestly. When I, as a fan of Big Brother, I always hated the fact that there was all these unanimous votes early on in the game.
I know. Yeah.
So I was kind of happy that they weren't actually. Well, mine and yours were like what was it, 7-3. Yeah. And then I threw a vote for against Angela, and then Tucker threw the vote against Quinn. So. But yeah, I kind of was like, and I didn't think that was going to happen with the way the game was being played with the AI arena and stuff. But it happened. And Cedric had a nice alliance in there.
Yeah, what do y'all think this AI arena is going to be like? You think it's going to be like more physical?
It's going to be a physical one or a puzzle. It'll be probably a puzzle or like it'll either I was pissed because it was like any other AI arena I would have won, but
yeah. How long was yours, Cedric?
It felt longer than most of them. Ours was like 3 minutes, 4 or 5. Ours might have been like 5 or 6 minutes. It was really long.
Yeah, the only one I did was like 2 minutes. It was like boom.
Ours was long.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, okay, Kenny, what about you? From the 3 people on the block, what do you see happening, and who do you selfishly want to join the pre-jury squad?
I love Cam. Cam is like one of the nicest people, man.
He is.
I just love the fact that how calm, cool, and collective he is, and he's just got a smile on his face all the time. So selfishly, I'd want to see his face with us. I think we could have a lot of good conversations. But I think the house is going to turn on Brooklyn.
I know, that's what it's looking like. I don't know what her like token to campaign is going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For Brooklyn or Chelsea?
For Brooklyn. I feel like Chelsea's gone to work, like just from what I've seen.
Chelsea, I remember like the first few days I was there, I was like, Chelsea is playing the best game in the house.
Chelsea is by far playing the best game in the house. By far. Like, if she's just got to have some certain things like come the right way, but she's by far playing the best game in the house.
The jellyfish aquarium. I never seen that. Thank you for
Why would
this.
we do that? Yeah, can y'all send us like just random ones that we've never seen? Like I don't even know what they mean, but it's just fun to see like the different ones.
I found out, hopefully TikTok doesn't take my money for this, but I found out that these gifts, bro, some of them be hella expensive, and we get like a 40th of the price. Like some dude was like, I spent $400 on TikTok gifts for you, and I was like, damn, I love you, but damn.
What's up, Renee? My friend Renee's on.
Renee, shout out Renee.
It's my wife Renee's friend Renee.
Oh my god, I love it.
I was actually supposed to bring her son's sweatshirt to her today. I totally forgot. Probably gonna remind me of that.
I love it. I love it, man.
Shout out the fans. Shout out the friend, family.
That was a fun one.
Look at that little dog.
Little corgi.
Throwing it back. He's trying to throw it back on me. About to make me act up.
Look like Tucker's dog.
All right, here's kind of what I'm thinking, y'all. Is like from gameplay perspective, they need to get out Brooklyn for sure.
You think?
I do, because I don't know. I just don't think they're actually gonna vote Chelsea, which is kind of crazy. Like I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't really know why. But I don't know. Like I don't think it's so funny. I don't think people see Cam as like a big threat. So I don't think he's going anywhere.
Which is crazy.
Everyone sees Brooklyn as a threat. And then from a selfish perspective, I love Brooklyn. And like,
Yeah.
I've been texting her husband back and forth, and like, like she called me son from day one. And so like that meant a lot. And I really do want to go visit her in Dallas, and I love Dallas. So I'm like, man, we could all take a Dallas trip, in due time for selfish reasons. So yeah, I don't know, man. What do y'all think?
I think what it comes down to, I think Chelsea's playing it really cool. I don't think she's getting too worked up over it. I know she feels obviously like she could possibly go home, but I think Brooklyn, on the other hand, she's feeling it. I think a little bit more than Chelsea's feeling it, and I think that's expressing that's showing it to the other house guests like T-Core and Chemo. So I think Brooklyn. I mean, it's who am I to give advice on the game at this point? But if she could just kind of like maybe kind of relax a little bit, which is impossible to do in there, but it's so easy to say sitting over here on my couch.
Right. I know. I say that all the time. Is like people do not understand how wild it is being in the house. It is wild. Like you act all different. You say stuff that's different. Like you get in your head. I feel like today I was kind of processing a lot of like, man, like to be the mindset you have to be in the house. Like I don't want to actually live my life like that. You know what I mean? It would have been good for the game, but I don't want to come out of the house and still be like tripping.
Yeah, that's like a part that people overlook. I feel like it's the mental aspect of the game. Like,
Big time.
we had a conversation upstairs, Matt, by the pool table about being like paranoid and like what it'll do to your game. Like,
right. And yeah, man, like I don't know, like I felt really passionate about that since I got out. Was like my mentor told me before I went in, he was like, you will know you're starting to become unhealthy when you start giving like autonomy to these fake conversations that you have in your mind that aren't real. And it's literally like the best way I've heard Big Brother described. It's like you act so odd because like you'll see somebody together and you'll be like, oh, they're doing this and they're doing this. And then you start to create this narrative and like you don't even know if that's true.
yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that.
Someone asked, how do we feel about Tucker's game so far? How do y'all feel about it?
Yeah, one of y'all go first.
Yeah, I kind of talked about that at length a little earlier on my live. And the game fits Tucker. Like he's playing his game. Like he's not playing a fake game. Tucker is a super emotional player. He wants to get things going. He likes all the excitement. He likes to get things all going in the house. So he's not sitting back. And I mean, I appreciate that. He's being him. Like even when we weren't playing the game, we were in the yard and he was, doing his impressions, and he was like doing handstands and walking and stuff like that. Like Tucker wants to have fun. He wants to get things going. So it probably isn't the best as far as like he's putting a huge target on his back. But at the end of the day, that's how he's going to play the game. Like, and why fake it? If you're only going to be there for a short period of time, why be someone that you're not?
Yeah, that's true. Cam from last season was talking about that too. He was like, I knew my time was done, so I just switched from trying to win the game to trying to defeat myself. And I was like, that's smart. For Tucker's game, I feel like when we were, or at least when I was in the house in week 4, he was playing he was playing a terrible game. But after me leaving the house, I feel like he's becoming like way better at it. Like he's got the Fish Alliance, like he's got 6th Avenue. He's not a loner anymore. Like he's put 3 people who were on the outs on the block. So he's making more strategic decisions, and he has the potential to win the game if Cam goes home this week or if Brooklyn goes home this week. And then the next week, whoever didn't go home this week goes home between Cam and Brooklyn. If both those 2 go home, Tucker is almost guaranteed to win.
Which is crazy. That's crazy. Like, I've been saying, like, Tucker's game as a viewer is awesome. Like, it's so fun to watch. Like, and I don't know, like, I talked to other BB alum about this. Like, what was the vibe of your season in terms of, like, how you looked at comps? And some people, like, there's not a lot of people in our house that didn't want to go and, like, compete. You know what I mean? So I found it interesting, like, there's a lot of competitors that really want to compete in the house. Tucker being the biggest one right now.
Yeah.
Also, like, he doesn't have any competition. You know what I mean? And, like, there's 3 solid competitors in this chat right now that maybe could, like, give him a run for his money. Not to say anybody else couldn't, but it's just, like, it's a little bit different. So,
yeah.
I always said, like, I thought Tucker had a great game to be entertaining. I don't know if it was a great game to win, but at the same time, where things are right now, I think if, like, he was in the final 2 today, how could you not vote for Tucker? His resume is unmatched.
Which is why I was so, like, taken back when they voted me out. I kind of knew it was going to happen just because my swing votes were supposed to be that. But, like, from a logical game standpoint, you voted me out and made the strongest competitor in the house stronger.
Yes.
So I was like, if we end the game today, Tucker's winning. There's no one who was voted out that won't vote for him. There's no one in the house that wouldn't vote for him. Tucker cannot do anything for the rest of the season and still win the game.
Exactly.
So I was like, why does he send me home? But
he's definitely the only person that you don't want to be at the final HOH or the final veto against.
No.
He's going to win both of them. He's going to win the final HOH and he's going to win the final veto.
And he's going to take whoever he wants. Huh?
And the vote. Like, he'll also win the vote.
He might not win the votes.
I think I would give, if I was in the jury, like if he got me out and I was in the jury, I would give Tucker my vote.
That's how I would be. But unfortunately, that's kind of the game doesn't play that way a lot now. Like, people get, like, upset and take things.
Oh, it's too personal.
I don't know. I think our cast would probably go. I mean, yeah, I think you're right, Cedric. I think the cast would definitely probably vote the same way you and I would.
I think they would, because let's look at, like, multiple seasons of Survivor, for example, where, like, somebody competed all the way up, but then basically the person who never won a competition is basically like, my social game is the reason I'm here. That person competed, made a lot of moves, and burned a lot of you guys, and I'm here because of my social game, right? But I also, like, don't know if that will work with our specific cast, because right now it's not even like, okay, you can compare resumes and, like, see it from a different angle. It's just Tucker. Like,
yeah.
Like, who do y'all think has the best resume besides Tucker right now?
I think it would have been me and Tucker for the best resumes. They sent me. Now, like, there's an argument for Angela. There's an argument. Yeah, which is wild. There's an argument for Angela. There's an argument for Chelsea, and Joseph. But none of those are stacking up. Like, it wouldn't be comparable. Like, Tucker would just simply win, and that's, I don't know. And Tucker, was really smart in pulling Quinn off the block in this veto comp. And everyone was like, why was Tucker smart? Because now he's building a relationship with Quinn, who's the other strongest competitor in the house. So now, like, Quinn owes him one. Not that he'll honor it or whatever.
I don't think Quinn is not going to be loyal to Tucker. He said it right at the end of the thing. He's not going to be loyal.
You can tell everybody in your alliance that you were loyal to what you said, regardless of how you felt about it. That's how I would spin it. I was like, I told him if he kept this secret, which he did, that I would pull him off the block because I'm a man of my word, so I'm here to protect y'all. And then they're like, oh my gosh, he's so loyal. And then not going to backdoor him until it's a necessary thing. And then even then, he has like final twos with Joseph, with Rabina. So like, they're not going to backdoor him. So it's going to have to be T-Core or Chemo. And I don't think Chemo would backdoor him. I think it's going to have to be T-Core. So I don't know. And then Chemo will get mad at T-Core. So he's playing a really good game now, like after the fact.
Y'all,
I don't think you can trust Quinn. I think Quinn knows the game. Like, Quinn's a super fan. He knows how the game plays. Like, Quinn is going to get him out as quick as he possibly can. I don't think if Quinn wins the HOH next week, he's going after Tucker.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but then that's if the AI arena is still around. Because I wouldn't even if I won HOH this week, I wouldn't have even put Tucker on the block. I would have used it to build my relationship with him and be like, look, our beef is our beef. I'm not going to put you on the block because because what am I going to do? I'm going to put him on the block. He's going to win veto or the AI arena and come down. Now I just made him more angry. Like, I would just wait until the arena's gone and then backdoor him, which was the original plan. But I'm sitting here. So,
what do y'all think about how Tucker's game would look if there was no AI arena?
He would be out the house.
He would have got backdoor already.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. Easy, yeah.
Do y'all think your AI arena is going away?
I think it'd be a really interesting season if it never went away and 3 noms stayed the whole entire season. That would be crazy because now you have to like incorporate 2 pawns or 2 people from your alliance when the numbers start dwindling. So from a viewer's perspective, I hope it doesn't go away. I hope the 3 noms stay the entire season, and I hope that the AI arena stays the entire season. But from like a Big Brother past, it's more likely than not going to go away in like week 5 or week 6.
Yeah. I don't know. Do y'all think that they have it planned to take it away, or do you think that they're going to consider leaving it based off the situation?
That's a tough one. I think they know how the season's going. I think they know when it's supposed to leave and when it's not supposed to. Well, when it's supposed to stop. Or if it's not supposed to stop.
Yeah.
I would hope it's not like that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Because, like, if it was supposed to last all season, then, like, Tucker's going to run through. I mean, just murder everybody.
Yeah. But I can see the argument for it because none of the comps are, like, strictly physical. So, like, they're like, yeah, we had the AI arena, but we're giving everybody a chance because this is a mental comp this week. This was a physical comp this week. This was a technical comp this week. Like, the data dump where you had to grab the red ball, that was a physical competition.
Yeah.
Also, it was a mental competition. Like, so they're mixing it up. So there's an argument for it to stay all the way through, even though Tucker would win because, like, it's so much diversity.
Oh, I almost got Lisa in here. Wait, Lisa, if you're in here, request it again.
Come back, please.
Yeah, man, it's definitely interesting. Like, if we were all to play it back, I think it would be fun to play it back in the standard version, just to see what would change.
The season would be so different.
It'd be so different. So different. And if there was no AI arena, like, I talked about this on Tyler's podcast. I was like, so, like, for example, they play veto on what, Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Monday.
You play veto on Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So you
play on Sunday. What the?
Yeah.
Saturday. You play on Saturday. Damn.
Right.
You play on Saturday. That's right.
Play veto on Saturday, and then when's the veto ceremony? The next day, Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Veto. No, Monday.
Monday. So you have Monday until Thursday to campaign, and that's your only way to save yourself.
Yeah.
Imagine how different, like, I think about that sometimes where I'm like, let's say like I got renominated, or like let's say it was me and Lisa, or me and Kenny, and then I got, I got put up, and I had from Monday until Thursday, 4 days just about to campaign, like for all of us. That would have changed a lot,
That's true. Caden, thank you for Hello Roses. You gave me like a month. But that, yeah, is she in here? Oh, we need her audio. You got two.
Let's go.
Yo,
Let's
we made it.
go.
Are you on a
Glitter Queen?
Welcome back
to LAX. Man, we're doing so good. We're just talking about Lisa. Let's bring you right into the kitchen. How different do you think it would be if we were a normal BB format and there was no AI arena?
True. I don't think
I probably would be.
It would have changed everything.
We can't hear her. Lisa, turn your mic off and turn it back on. The people can't hear you. No, she's not muted. I don't know why.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hi.
You not hear Lisa?
Taxis down the center.
Nothing?
Uber to the left.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but we can also hear everybody in the background.
There you go. They can hear you now. There you go.
Let me get away from people. Put me back in the Big Brother house where there's only 16 of us crazy kids.
Okay, here's my question for y'all. Like, I maybe have a different perspective because I've been out the longest amount of time, but like, I don't even know. It might be skewed, but like, would you guys go back?
100%.
Kenny.
I would go back so fast. Dog.
Honestly, I would go back.
If they were like battle back, even if they invited me for a battle back, we're gonna be Cedric versus Tucker who got backdoored. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going ASAP. All Stars, I'm going. Return season, I'm going.
Same.
I would go back if like I got to see my family or whatever, and they were like, okay, tomorrow you're going back in the house. Like if it was quick and there wasn't like a grace period where you're waiting around all by yourself for a while, then that was tough. But if they would send me right back in, I'd go in, I'd stay for a couple more weeks, and I'd probably ask to come home again.
Oh my gosh. Could y'all imagine if like we all, like one of us walked back in like everybody's face? Oh my God.
I was thinking, what would be super wild too? Is if they just did a repeat season. Because there's never been a repeat season with the same cast. So it'd be super interesting to see how it plays out with the exact same people in a different year.
Yeah.
Like, will the alliances be the same? Will the alliances be different? Is the first goal going to be to backdoor Tucker day one? Or is it going to be to keep him till the end, tell them your alliance? Like, I think it'd be so crazy to have everybody just repeat the season.
If I was back-to-back first boot, I would get home and I would dig a hole and I would jump in the hole and never climb out.
That's crazy.
That's a great idea though. Could you imagine? I feel like it would be hard because I don't think a lot of people would do it.
Would come back?
Yeah, like I feel like people would be like, that messed me up so much. Like I don't know if I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, I agree. We would definitely lose some people. Like if there was 16 of us, I think at least 11 of us would return.
I think so too. Yeah.
All right, so this is what happened. So we all return. Same cast in the house. Matt, you win the HOH. Who are your first two people on the block?
Angela and Angela. Boom, boom, son. You already know. That's where we're going. Angela on one side and Angela on the other. It's no question.
And you said Angela and Angela?
I'm putting Angela squared. I'm on the block. Right, no, I would put up Angela just because I need my revenge. And then I would probably put up Joseph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro. Joseph be talking mess, dog. Like, it's all like, I keep getting tagged and stuff. He's still saying, like the other night, he was like making fun of MJ. And he was like, she's not gonna do that. I was like, bro, why do you see All right, who else? Cedric, who would you put up?
Day one,
Day one, you win HOH.
probably I would put up chemo. I would probably put up
Dang.
probably chemo and Leah. Leah didn't really help me this season. And like she was my swing vote to stay, and I like her, but like chemo, yeah, probably chemo and Leah. Who else? Yeah, those would probably be my first two. And then replacement on, I have no idea.
All right, Lisa.
Sorry, I muted it and then unmuted it because people were saying of the noise. Is the noise okay now, guys?
Yeah, you're
Sorry
good.
about that.
Okay, so we're talking. Let's say there's a comeback season. Same house guest. You win first HOH. Who would you put up? 1, 2.
Joseph, because he only talked to, I mean, granted the power of veto, he and I didn't talk game, and then he only talked, he just was like mirroring people. So I was like, hey, he used the word karma and meditate in a sentence, and I don't know if he knows what karma and meditation is. I was like, what's your favorite coffee order? Like, what do you get? What's your perfect morning? And he was like, probably a lavender coffee. And I think he did that because I had lavender oil and I saw right through it. So for that, you know, I was like, you're not getting in my good graces just talking about lavender in your coffee. That sounds a little questionable. And then, oh my God, Cedric, probably.
Dang.
Cedric, probably you because we did not discuss games.
No, we're talking about returner season. I can still be me, but we were talking about everybody from this season going back into the house. Like after we know everything that's happened.
Oh, not you. I take that back. Chelsea and Tucker, let's go.
Woo, 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 woo. I like this question.
Spicy in here. Yeah, spicy.
All right, bringing us home. I'm so interested to see what Kenny says.
I would have Angela and probably Quinn.
Angela and Quinn.
Yeah.
Why Quinn?
I know what I know now. He aligned himself with everybody in the house. He was, you know, I would want him out right away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, so who are the common denominators? Me and Kenny both had Angela. Me and Lisa both had Joseph.
Yeah. I had chemo and Leah. People in the chat were asking why chemo. Because chemo can't pay for me to leave. That's why chemo. And I don't not to yeah, that's pretty much it. And not to dog chemo, but I don't know how much of an asset he was to my game. He was kind of just there to be a number. Not, you know, like I like him, but he didn't talk to me. He didn't talk to me game wise. He really didn't talk to me personally. So he was there because Tico was there, and he was like Tico's +1 basically. So I think, and then he campaigned to get me out the house. Then he started the campaign to send me home. So I think that's why chemo.
Right. All right, the question we got to answer now because it keeps getting thrown, and I haven't even thought about it yet. But we've got AI Instigator that's popping up on Thursday. And I feel like, you know, we have a really unique perspective on this because we know all these people personally. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, I'm curious to hear y'all's answers too. And then maybe we'll all go vote together because I haven't voted yet. But who do y'all think? Like, let's start with, like, what are our lines of thought in terms of, like, AI Instigator?
I mean, the clear line is like Tucker's doing it without even the vote. Like he's doing it anyway. So I think giving him more power, like it probably won't change much. He'll keep doing what he's doing anyway because he don't care. I think Joseph would be a great instigator, to be honest with you.
I think I'm going to vote for Joseph.
Yeah, I think Joseph.
Really? I just think like he would,
or Leah.
Leah would be crazy. That would be a good. I really want to know what Leah would do if she was HOH. Because I don't know.
Right now, if she wanted, she's probably gonna throw. She's probably gonna float until she has to, like, until she feels like she's in danger. But she's in danger because Leah's not in 6th Street, I don't think, and I don't think she's in the Fish Tank Alliance either.
Leah's not anything.
Yeah, so she's in danger. MJ's in danger. And then the people that are on the block are in danger. So I don't know why they haven't came together yet. But
yeah, and then so let's say like, so Cedric, you might have a unique perspective. Like, so one person from the collective's going. How do you see them responding to that?
they're probably going to be upset. Like one person from the Pentagon, whoever it is. I mean, it just depends on who gets sent out, but they're probably going to be a little bit upset because we were in such an advantageous position in the game that it was going to be crazy. Like I had set everything up with the help of my allies for our game to be so smooth. Jury would have went crazy. We would have made it to jury. It would have been fine. And then I had the Pentagon Alliance within the collective. So then the Pentagon would have been fine. And then from there, it would have just been like, go compete.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think everybody, whoever goes home is going to be like, this is crazy because we were in the best position in the house week 3.
True. How do you think they're gonna like strategize with one person being gone? Like, they're not gonna have the numbers, right?
No, the Pentagon is done. They have to find like what I would do if I was them is like find MJ. If I was like the 3 people, I would find MJ and I would find Leah and I'd be like, look, I know you're not in anything because I think MJ's trying to get with Tucker and she's not succeeding because he's got the 2 other alliances. And Leah is kind of floating. So I would be like, I know both of you aren't in anything. Let's do something because if not, we're going to get picked off one by one and it's going to be really bad for everyone involved. That's how I would campaign myself this week in hopes that they didn't just run and tell Tucker that we have an alliance. But if they did, it wouldn't matter because it's already their side versus our side because we're not in their alliance.
Yeah, the craziest move this week that I will just absolutely throw the remote at the TV is if they vote out Cam.
Yeah,
I will not understand that at all.
I would understand it from a Tucker trying to get the strongest competitors out again.
But he hasn't won anything.
Yeah, but you got to think he's a physical threat just by his body, and he did really good in Angel's Land. But then, and he didn't get on the wall until his feet started slipping, so he has the physical capability. But you have to remember too, in bad AI, he was right next to Angela competing for the HOH spot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would be like, that's where if I was Tucker, I'm campaigning to get Brooklyn out first. Cam out second, just because Brooklyn is a competitor, but she's way more manipulative than Cam. Cam kind of just sits there and like doesn't really do anything. Brooklyn be like planting seeds of deception here, like throwing shade over there. So,
and Chelsea too, honestly, like I just feel like if they get Cam out, they're gonna like still have to deal with the aftermath of the collective and Pentagon getting blown up. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know, like if Cam gets sent home, I'm going to be like, what are we doing? Like, first it was, y'all didn't vote out Quinn with the upgrade. Like, that was absolutely wild. And then second, hey. And then second would be, like, that they don't vote out Brooklyn or Chelsea. That would be crazy.
It would be crazy. But I can't, like, this gameplay that we've had this season has not been logical, like, at all. So I wouldn't be surprised, like, because it's just so irrational. I'm like, yo.
I think it's like, it doesn't seem, some of the stuff doesn't seem like logical game decisions. Some of them either seem like emotional or personal. And where I'm at is like, you feel your emotions, you feel your feels, but you're going to make logical, strategic game decisions. And they've kind of been all over the place from what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. It is just mind-blowing. It is so different than any other season, bro. Like, so different.
It's crazy. I have a question for you guys. Do you think it was best for T-Core and Chemo's game to vote me out? Or do you think it would have been better for them to keep me?
Absolutely not. I obviously love you, Cedric, but like also in terms of game, I literally can't comprehend how you went home. I'm sitting here being like, what are we doing? Like, to me, I'm like, I literally do not understand them not trying to hurt Tucker in any way with his resume. I do not get it.
Yeah.
I think it came down to Quinn. Quinn told them about the Pentagon. Like, they knew they were bottom of the barrel. Like, they didn't, like you said, Cedric, Chemo didn't talk any game with you at all. Like, they had to. Like, it's not that it probably wasn't the best, and I didn't want to see that happen. I wanted to watch you go a lot further, but they had to.
Yeah, which is true. But my big disconnect was I'll let Lisa go, and then I'll explain what I think from inside the game. Go ahead, Miss Lisa.
You said you're
You
good.
can go, Cedric. You could go. I didn't have anything to say yet. I love listening to what you guys have to say. I love it.
Lisa doesn't have anything to say. Stop it. I love you, Lisa.
That's fair. That's fair, Kenny.
I think what my biggest disconnect is that they were at the bottom of the collective, but there was still so much game to be played, and with Tucker being such a wild card, you never know how things could have went in that situation. But they voted me out, made Tucker stronger in the game, and then just went to the bottom of Tucker's alliance. Like, they didn't go up anyway. They just went from one bottom to the other bottom and made the strongest player in the house stronger. So I was like, okay.
Dead on. I literally cannot wrap my mind around it. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's like, I agree with what Lisa's saying. Like, the only explanation I can think of is that it is just like emotional decision. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how many people are thinking about winning. It's kind of still, I don't know. I could be wrong, but at times feels like it's like who do I like the most, as opposed to like, we're playing a game and Tucker is way up here.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't get is that, like, they're trying to get the strong players out, right? Matt, myself, of course, Kenny. And so if they're, obviously all of us are strong, but like, Quinn had the power, right? Some people knew that he had the power, and they were trying to suss out who had the power with me. Tucker and Angela made up these whole lies that I had the power and convinced everyone that I had the power, right? Which is one of the reasons why I was voted out, right? So with that being said, if you're trying to find the powers, why after I'm not leaving? And where's the speculation about Quinn or someone trying to play that Quinn like theory of him having the power? Because a lot of people, I knew he had the power. And like, I know other people did. So why wouldn't they move on to that if they're trying to get the powers out?
That's what Tucker had brought to me when Tucker found out that Quinn had the power, or at least after he told Cam, and then they both came to me with like the plan to backdoor Quinn, which wouldn't have worked because Quinn ended up on the block anyways and stayed 10-1 next to Quinn. So I would have blew up my game. But
I have a question for you, Cedric. So whoever convinced you that I had the power, and that was a lot of your reasonings for voting me out.
Yeah, most definitely.
When you found out that I didn't have the power, did it make you question the people that told you this and then think that they're planting seeds about other things and then place mistrust in those people that you got that information from because that was clearly a lie? Or did you not even speculate that it was a lie?
No,
he says Uber driver is like,
whoa, yeah. No, I definitely did. But I got most of my information from Angela and Tucker, whose games weren't aligned with mine anyways. So it was like, or after the fact that you went home, like, so then it was like, okay, well, I can't really trust them, but I was never really trusting of them anyways.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
We being all emotional up in the house, y'all. I think that's what we've concluded here is like there's, we started off on day 3 with heavy emotion with what, is famously called the massacre. And then from that, it's just been emotional decision. This is crazy.
And I heard through the Twitter, I don't know how much weight this holds, so someone please don't clip this and be like, look at he said this. But I heard through Twitter, T-Core was really upset that she wasn't invited into the Pentagon, which is why kind of like that whole T-Core chemo thing kicked off. And she didn't want to vote me out, but the ultimate factor was that she wasn't invited. And she was like, she's the only black person not in the Pentagon. So I think she was feeling like we were, she was feeling left out or excluded. This wasn't the case. We just had, she was too close with chemo to have invited in and playing way too slow in the beginning weeks when it was formed for us to even consider that as an option. What would have really went crazy is if we didn't take Quinn and instead took Tucker. That shit would have been wild. But
who started it all?
Huh?
Who started it all?
Cam started it. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if everybody knows that. Yeah, Cam came up to me and Chelsea, and he's like, this is really, really strong. I really want to work with y'all till the end. Let's find 2 more players. And then we brainstormed who the other strongest players in the house we felt like were. We came to Quinn because no one in our group had like the super fan knowledge that Quinn had. And we thought it was going to be an asset, which Quinn's super fan knowledge has not been an asset to him in this game. It's been a hindrance because he knows the game. He just doesn't know how to play the game. You know what I mean?
Well, he's wanting to play previous seasons of Big Brother, and this is not the same format. It's not the same cast. It's not the same vibe. And that's why it's hurting me.
And then we settled on Brooklyn because we needed another girl, and she's a strong competitor, and she's smart, but she's like sneakily trustworthy. So we're like, she can gather information. If we have anything like any game knowledge or anything, we can help reassure us. But we would have probably traded Tucker for Quinn if Tucker wasn't like, I'm trying to float for as long as possible. So we were like, he's out. And then T-Core could have. The hurtful part is T-Core could have been in the Pentagon after we sent Quinn home on a double eviction night. She wouldn't have even had to feel left out. But
yeah, I feel like Cedric, I owe you a public apology for something, and I feel so passionate about this because your alliance name of the barbershop was so sick. It was so cold.
Bro, that shit was fire.
It was fire. And I'm so bummed. It literally only lasted 2 days because it was actually BS.
It's good. It's okay.
But bro, that was such a good name. It was such a good name.
Thank you. The Pentagon was fire too. I'm a great namer guy.
You are.
The Pentagon was fire because there was 5 of us and we were controlling everything from the shadows like the Pentagon does. Come on now.
That's why I was like, why would Cedric put out the dopest alliance name if this whole alliance is just going to turn on me? That's why I was like, what happens will happen, But that was a sick name, dude. It was nasty. And they didn't even show it, but we would be like, we in here talking about life, but at the same time, everybody getting cut. They didn't even use that. They didn't even use it. That was nasty.
Yeah.
I was saying something about that.
Also, now that we're spilling tea, Kenny, I don't think I've told you this, but you've probably seen it, and maybe you knew it, but I voted you out of the house instead of Matt.
We're not friends anymore.
You want to know why I did it? Because I wanted to respect your wishes, and you told me in the bathroom the night before that you wanted to go. So I wanted to respect you and what you wanted. And then Matt was going to be a social number. Again, I was not in an alliance. I was not wrapped around.
It's because I had her wrapped around my finger.
I know.
Also, I don't think they showed it, but Angela thought I was in alliance because I talked to Matt where you were in that conversation. We were not. We were talking about
Kenny was there.
Kenny was there, and then I was taking a nap on MJ's butt, and that was the visuals of me in an alliance with them, which was not the case. But I just wanted you to hear it from my mouth. I did vote for you because I just wanted to respect your wishes, and Matt was going to be a number. Sorry.
It's all good.
And I lied. That was my only lie in the house that I told. Everything else that was about me was a lie from other people, but that was the only actual lie that I told. But clearly I didn't do a good job of it.
Yeah, I want to ask y'all that because I never lied. I wasn't in long enough to, but what was y'all's top lie that you told somebody? Obviously, you guys lied about your job, but what was the top lie that you told where you were like, I just cooked that person?
First off, I never lied about my job. I just left it out. I actually did own a food truck.
Right. Okay.
I just left out my real job.
Right.
Same way. I never lied about being an intelligence analyst in the Marine Corps. I just never told anybody that I was. No one was ever like, are you a Marine? So I was just like, But I think I did tell a lie in the house, and it's crazy because it's like one of Joseph's favorite lies. So
Wait, tell us.
Matt and I were sitting at the pool, like at
Not
the
me. It was on me.
yes, yeah. We were sitting at the jacuzzi, and you were talking about. I think you were telling me like that MJ had the power up. So
I told you that.
yes, you didn't tell me directly, but you were like, if I was a betting man, I would say that like someone we're working with, MJ, has a power up to where she could like save
I was so bad. I was so bad at this game.
from being evicted. And I was like, oh, well, it probably only lasts like 4 weeks. And you're like, I guess it would last like 5 or 6 weeks. And I was like, oh, you just fucking told me. But we were talking about that, and then cut to right boom. Joseph was asking me what we were talking about, and I was like, oh, what can I think of? And I was like, Matt was asking me who's gonna go up for renomination. And I was like, bro, you. And Joseph's favorite moment in the house. So I feel really bad that was based on a lie. But
Yeah, that is hilarious.
My butler is not driving. I have a Lyft driver driving. Okay, here's the thing. All the lies that everyone said to everyone were everyone's theories, which were complete lies that spread like wildfire to everyone. My lie was about voting for Matt because Angela was spewing all these lies and she thought I was wrapped around his finger, which I wasn't. And I voted for both of you guys for the reasons why I told you guys. And so it was a mix of like both of those situations, like respecting Kenny and gameplay. But I made the lie in the moment because I didn't want to like add fuel to the fire of like that perspective that I was working with Matt. So that was just a logical decision that I was making to lie about that. And then I didn't tell the whole truth about my job. I just told people I was a chef. I didn't tell people I own 2 companies or that I was a celebrity chef because I didn't want people to know what I'm capable of in terms of like a business mind of having to make the business decisions and like being capable of like building teams and growing that and just having that knowledge. I wanted people to underestimate me, but people saw my strategy and but like I think people literally were convinced I wasn't a chef. It was hilarious. I think that's the funniest thing that people thought I was lying about. So,
yeah,
but I wasn't.
That's crazy. You would just say things that just made it seem like you had money. Like we were sitting in the pedal room, and I remember this very distinctly. We were sitting in the pedal room, and you were talking about all the trips you go on, and then you're like, "Yeah," this might be your vocabulary, but at the time, you're in the house, so it seemed like sussy. You were sitting there, and you're like, "Yeah, sometimes me and my friends just get on a jet plane," and I'm like, "Nobody says jet plane." I'm like, that's a TJ.
My bad, Lisa. Can we get on your jet plane? I ain't never been on no jet plane.
Right.
I don't have a jet. That's actually really funny. I don't remember saying that, but that's probably just how I talk of like that. Like I just flew to New York for my friend's wedding because I wasn't in the Big Brother house, but I like myself and best friends will like make because I'm a chef and I run my own companies. I've built my business now 10 years later where I can take time off, right? Or before when I couldn't take time off, I would take 2 weeks off a year when my clients were on vacation. And that's when like, they'd be like, we're going out of town for 2 weeks. So then I would like hop on a plane and I'd like, if one of my friends that's also an entrepreneur, like they might meet me somewhere. So like, that's what I meant. I did not mean my private jet. And also, like, I left my shoes outside. And, like, in my household, I don't wear shoes in the house. I had to start wearing shoes in the house because we didn't have a mop and the floors were so dirty. I couldn't go without shoes. But, like, Kenny, it was probably you that was, like, she leaves her stuff everywhere. It was my shoes and socks outside. I'm sorry. It's not because I don't have a butler. It's because I grew up in a house, like, where I don't wear shoes in my house.
No, it was
stuff everywhere, Lisa.
It's so funny. I literally just like laugh at all of these theories and all of these like lies that everyone collectively believed or like had different theories. And I just think they're so funny. They're so funny because none of them are true.
Well, it's funny how the house causes that way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think those
The
things in real
smallest
life.
things, the smallest things that you can point out. Yeah. Yeah. Like, and it's not even like things you would call out in real life. It's just these little things that you'll try to use to like whatever. I mean,
I honestly still don't believe Cedric was in the Marine Corps. Look at him. Look at that hair.
I said that in an interview. I was like, if Cedric's
I
in
haven't
the
seen one
Marines,
picture.
shout out to the
I haven't
recruiter.
seen one picture of him in his Marine uniform. Not one.
Love a man in uniform. Yeah, love a man in uniform. Put it on for one of the lives.
That's crazy.
No, Kenny, I don't know if you saw, but the episode you won, Vito, I wore a police costume the whole time I went live to support you.
So my wife did something really cool. Every day she wrote in a notebook like things like that were going on in the world and like things that were going on in the house. She did it kind of like for therapy for herself too, to give her something to like do. But she actually I was actually reading it today and it said, "Hey, I just want you to know during the veto, Matt was wearing a police uniform." So she wrote it in the book.
I know. I wore a whole police uniform. And I was like, Kenny! Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Man.
Lisa's trying to forget that day,
Wait, which day?
the veto day.
The day anyone to be
Oh, I love that day, Kenny. I was so happy for you.
Kenny
I know
was
you
off
so
that
happy.
day.
I was so happy for you. That was your win, and like you completely deserved it. And I was so happy because I think it like lifted your spirits. And like what was awesome about you is whether I know you said that you started it as a little bit of gameplay for like a sympathy, and then it became like really real of like how badly you miss your family in there. But like I thought it lifted your spirits, and like you came in second twice, and I was like, he needed this win, and you always gave. You never would quit anything. You always gave everything. You're 100%. So I was so happy, and I don't know. This is just who I am. I'm not a sore loser. As long as you try your best, that's all that matters.
That's cool. Cool. You're the best.
I was happy. I was so happy for you.
All right, y'all. I think it's time. Let's start taking some questions from the fans up in here. For everybody in here, we love you so much. We're so thankful for the love and support. Somebody grab the screenshot. Everybody make a heart. Somebody did this last time, and it was awesome.
Wait, hold on. I can't.
Hold on, wait. Let me chew my chips.
Hey,
Give me a
Ellie.
second.
We do what?
Let me chew my chips. Hang on.
All right, chew it up. All right, here we go. Screenshot, everybody. All right, I love it. We're thankful for the support. We've got 1.3 thousand people in here right now, which is dope.
I love the party.
Follow everybody on everybody's socials so we can keep interacting with you guys and keep making content that y'all want to watch and interact with. We love the story of season 26, even though we're no longer in the house, but we love being a part of it. So any way we can continue to tell the story of season 26, it's still a part of our story. We're super, super, super thankful. But all right. Oh, I love this question.
Brittany, I just want to say, Cedric, Brittany's asking us to say hi to her.
What's up, Brittany?
No, it's cool, Brittany. Yeah, I'll say hi the next live. It's fine. No. All right. I love this question. Tips for getting on the show.
I'll go first because this is a very difficult question to navigate, and I don't want y'all to get in trouble.
Yeah.
The best tip I can give all of you to get on Big Brother is to be yourself, because they cast for each archetype. So if you're trying to be somebody you're not going to get cast. These people do this for a living. They're going to tell that it's a facade. So be yourself, and just they'll love you.
I would say just practice telling a story. Like, get in front of a mirror, ask yourself, like, even pretend you're in the house and ask yourself a question and try and explain it. Like, put yourself in a veto comp and explain how you did and how you were feeling. Like, definitely practice, telling a story, because that's kind of what a big part of the show is being able to go into the diary room and talk about your experience and how you're feeling and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of, I'm a talker. I can talk, and I think that's kind of what got their eye on me. I've been doing it for a few years. But that's my best advice.
Mm-hmm. And to play off Kenny, sorry not to interject before anybody, but Kenny, it took you what, like 5 years to get on the show? So if you don't succeed first, try again. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you get them to know you. Like, and I said, 5 years ago, it would have been a different Kenny going in the house. I would have had my head on probably a little better. So the timing was just off for me. So you got to make sure your timing's right. And if you don't get on at a certain period of time, look to do something else. But if your heart's set on Big Brother, which mine kind of was, I had got offers for other shows to do. Some of them I went through the interview process, but a lot of them I said no to because it just wasn't something that I would really. It wasn't about being on TV for me. It was about getting in the house and playing the Big Brother game. But it was also 5 years ago when I had no little kids and no real big obligation.
Full set of hair.
I didn't have a full set of hair 5 years ago. But this wasn't as gray. This is a little darker.
All right, Lisa, tips for getting on the show.
I agree with Cedric. Be yourself. Being yourself is, if you know who you are and you share that authentically with the casting producers and with the world, you're all set.
I love it. Yeah, my best piece of advice would be don't be yourself. I'm just kidding. My best piece of advice would be, like, from the moment you get a conversation, and we can't talk too much about the process, but like the moment you ever get any opportunity in the slightest sense, go time. You got to look at it like I'm taking the same perspective like in counseling. Like, you don't want to sit in counseling and just be like, what'd you do this weekend? Because like that's not what what you're paying to do, right? So the moment you hop on a conversation or a call or a casting interview or like whatever it may be, go time. You got to be like, wow, what's going on? Like, it's me, it's Matt. What's up? Like, you got to go. So like, go for it. Like, act like it's yours. Then they have to take it away from you, and be yourself, because that's what people want to see. All four of us were 100% ourselves. Like, I didn't act one way in the show that I am not 100% in real life too. So be yourself, and when it's go time, freaking go for it. Go for it.
There's a YouTube video. I can't give you advice, but I can direct you towards. There's a YouTube video, I think by, I don't know who it's by. I'm not gonna miss. What? There's my cat now. What? I'm not gonna misspeak, but just Google like how casting process or like YouTube, like the questions that you have.
Yeah.
I have
9 times out of 10 the video. Go ahead, Lisa.
I have another thought is like have a few stories that you can reference that like show your personality, show your like intellect, and show your wit. So like have like a few things that you can easily tell in the back of your mind that can apply to different questions. Also, Kenny, Sage said, Kenny, you are adorable.
Oh, thank you, Sage. Yeah.
All right, well, let's take it.
I actually went to an open casting call. Kind of like by like my wife's friends started texting me. I worked in Boston at the time, and there was an open casting call in a bar like right down the street from my office. And they were like, you need to go. And I kind of just like walked down to the bar, ended up sitting at the bar having a couple of beers. And I worked my way into a casting call, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I got a phone call.
Look at such a All right, let's take another question. One of y'all can pick.
I mean, I see if you can hear about me.
I didn't see a lot of bars.
Someone's asking if you watch the live feeds. I definitely watch the live feeds, but I don't watch them as much as my wife. My wife is still like fully invested in the live feeds. I'll wake up at 4 a.m. and the TV will be on with the live feeds, and she'll be watching it. And then she'll be like, they're talking about you again. They're talking about you again. So I do watch it, but I'm not as fully invested as I probably should be. Now, this is the question. Wait, I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Is anyone else, does it feel like you weren't in the house?
Yes, 100%.
No, 100%.
I'm like watching it on TV, and I'm like,
it doesn't even feel like I was ever in the house.
Yep.
Yep. And what had got me too, there's the moment we were driving away, I was like, I just felt like I left the day at work. Like, it didn't feel like I spent a month in there. It felt like I was literally there for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it will like kind of sober me up when I see my photo on the photo wall, and I'll be like, holy like that's me going like in my photo, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, or like the promo stuff, but it does not feel like it at all. Like, and it kind of freaks me out because it's like when we go back for finale, I'm gonna be like, I don't even know these people anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I know you got to go through the process of being like, do I rock with them, like for real, or like, who are they? I feel like you kind of have to go through that again. It kind of freaks me out.
Yeah, and I think it's also weird to watch it because like the angle of watching us, and I was like, the angle is just so different. I was like, I had this conversation and it just feels really weird from like the bird's eye view that the viewer